Hey y'all, John here from Second Chance Composting. How you doing today? Secondchancecomposting.com is our website. Please like and subscribe to our videos. We do all sorts of composting videos, equipment reviews, kind of follow the journey of our business from the beginning to where we're at now, almost 4 years in. So today I got a really cool one for you. We've been working on a rainwater catch system, and I did a video earlier, a small quick one about our rainwater that we catch. So I'll go through quickly that, and then I'll show you our new system. So again, please like and subscribe. We're in the Berkshires, Massachusetts. We do parts of southern Vermont, all sorts of composting, drop off, hauling, processing, sale of the finished product. So we cover all that on these videos, and I started the business myself, like I said, almost 3.5 years ago, and just like to share the experience. So, all right, so this is a big garage we use for storage. I had Don, our equipment guy, and my stepfather. He put this gutter system in. So what we're doing is we're catching rainwater down right into this 265 gallon tank. We have it hooked up to another tank right there. We have them closed right now because they're both full. We can continuously add more onto this. I have a couple more of these 265 gallon containers. I'm going to add probably 2 or 3 more. We're in fall now, so I'll probably add another one this year before it gets too cold, just to have it. But yeah, all you have to do is open the valve there and open the valve. You can see the red valve down there. That red valve there, if you open that, then what happens is the water just flows from one to the other, and it keeps them equal. So if these were both empty and we had a big rainstorm, if one had 150 gallons in it, the other would have 150 gallons in it. So it balances itself out, which is really cool. So right now they're both full to max capacity, and we're in a drought right now. We've barely had any rain, so these things collect a lot of water quick. I used to collect rainwater off a 10 by 10 shed, and you'd be amazed at how quickly even a 10 by 10 shed can collect. I had two 265 gallon tanks under that, and it would collect those full quickly. So we could get a lot of water off of this roof if we wanted. And it's my goal to be able to do that during the spring, summer, and fall seasons. Instead of pumping water from our office and paying a water bill, I can just run this pump and use the water here. And to me, it's another second chance at the water being used for something else. Water replenishes itself anyway, but if we can be part of that, and it can also save us and help the planet a little bit, I'm all for stuff like that. Basically the whole reason we run the business. So I've run one of these, I've set up one of these before, like I said, off the top of a roof. So I just had Don go through and put the gutter on because he's really good at that and made it look really good. He got this really nice guard in there to keep the leaves out. So we're only at the tip of the iceberg of what we're collecting, and come next year we're going to be collecting a lot, and I'll never have to pump water out of the spigot again, at least for the hauling and rinsing. So all right, that's kind of that. I could go on and on about that, but here's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to show you. We have to fill this up. This is a 125 gallon tank. I fill it to about 100 gallons or so, maybe a little bit more, because I had a little bit of a leak last week, so I'm going to go a little bit more this week. What I've done is set it up before I came on here. This is the hose going in. Popped off here. Hang on one second. That's the hose going in. Spigot's closed, and I'll quickly show you the setup here. I'm going to jump down here. So I have this pump plugged in the garage to the extension. It's not plugged into the that yet. I have to plug that in to run the pump. So this is a Red Lion pump. This is for running water. Now, I originally bought this pump to, and there's a little bit of a leak there, nothing too bad, to pump water out of our river in order to rinse our toads, which I did for a little while, but it was not an easy thing to do it that way, and I've moved up to a totally different system now, so I wanted to put the pump to use. So this is dripping out, so I'm gonna show you this, and then I'll turn it on and show you how it works. So basically, you have to fill this up with water inside. So before I put this hose on here, I grabbed this, filled it up, and dumped water in here. Put this thing back at an angle, make sure this is full of water inside. You also have to make sure this whole pipe is full of water, and this goes down all the way. Here, I'll show you. I want to show you the end of this. This is a one-way end on this, and I had to buy this separately on Amazon. So it drips a little bit, but it's a one-way, and the water's not going to come out in any large amount. So you just put that into whatever water source you have or want or need. Make sure it's full of water. We bring it inside and fill it up using the sink. You have to get all the air bubbles out. So you have to literally like put one end down, lift it all the way, and you'll see the air bubbles come up. And you have to continuously do that, and then you have to hold it at an angle while you put it on here, because you don't want to lose water in it. If you lose water in it, it's going to pump it without water, and you're going to kill the pump. So that's that. So basically, I'm just going to turn this pump on. The water's going to come through here. It's going to pull it up from inside there. It's going to come through here. It's going to come into here. It's going to pump it. This pump's going to pump it out. It's going to come up into this one, which we have connected to another one because it wasn't long enough, and go right into there. This fills it up way faster than the sink does, or the spigot does. But let me show you. Here we go. You should hear it go on as soon as I click this together. And it went flying off. There's the water. Not a big deal. That's why I have this bungee cord on here. Try to hold this in, which it didn't work. But for all intents and purposes, there's the water. And look how fast it's coming out. I'll show you. It's pushing right out. Put that back in there for you. I'm a little nervous that's going to fly off, so give me 1 second to fix that. There, it's not going anywhere now. I just ratcheted it in there, it's holding it in, and it's filling it up. So, again, it's just pumping it out of this tank, into there, into the pump, pumping it out, coming up through here, and in. So I'm able to save a lot of water this way. And money costs water. Money costs water. I've been working way too long today. Water costs money. So this is a good alternative, and again, better for the planet this way. We're reusing another resource for a second option. So what happens is, I'll show you this. These are 265 gallon. You can see the line right there. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it there. That's where it is already. So we'll pump that much out. This one's up to here. So it's only going to take it out of this one right now. And what I'll do is afterwards I'll open these both up and it will balance it out. And then when we get another rainstorm, I'll be able to fill them both back up again. So this is a Red Lion pump. I don't remember the specs on it, the power or anything like that. I bought it like 2.5 years ago. I think I spent like $350 on it, $325 if I can remember correctly. But I used it for a little while to pump rainwater, or river water into a pressure washer in order to rinse our totes, which, you know, worked a little bit, but honestly wasn't the best idea with the dirt and stuff. But this is clean. Nothing gets through there, so it's all clean water. Nothing in there that's going to affect any of the equipment that the water goes through, or that the water goes through. So as you can see it there, we're already at almost 30 gallons in a matter of minutes. So when I fill this up with the spigot, it takes like 30 or 40 minutes to get it full to the 90 or 100 gallons. So this thing works a lot quicker. So again, had this tool. It's been sitting in the garage, this pump, and hadn't really been using it since my new system. So that was a job that I had Don work on different days when we were hauling and he had extra time. So he put this whole system in, this whole gutter system in, and my goal was to be able to use rainwater instead of pump it out. So that's exactly what we did. I don't know if I have much more to say about it. You know, it's a little labor intensive. If I have to do the spigot, I just hook up the hose, put the hose in the tank and turn it on. And then I have to remember to come back out and turn it off, which I've forgotten before, and come outside and it's running over. So that's much simpler with this. Kind of none of it's hard, but the annoying part is filling up this tube here with water inside and making sure that you don't have any air holes in there, and then making sure the pump has enough water in it as well. And every time I take this thing apart, I try to keep the water in the line, but it always ends up spilling out, at least some of it, or I would say at least half of it. So, you know, it's a little labor intensive as far as time to, and then I have to back my truck in over here and do that. But honestly, for the amount of money I'm probably saving on water and the use of the rainwater as a second use, I'm really happy with it. And it makes me feel good knowing that, you know, we haul food scraps which would otherwise go in the trash. And so we're putting them to a second use and to use in our compost. So it's good to know that we also are putting the rainwater to second use and using a resource that's already there, kind of like what our entire work is about, using resources that other people or the system that we live in doesn't necessarily utilize to their full potential or at all. So it feels good to reuse it. And as you can see, let me jump down here again. Kind of rambling, but I'll show you where we're at. We're already at we're over 50 gallons already, very quickly. And this thing has tumbled down. I can't read the gallons on it, but you can see there the level. And like I said, all I have to do, I have a couple more of these tanks. All I would need to do is level it over there, level that out, move that old mattress, aka my daughter's thing she jumps on, and I could put an entire row of these if I wanted to use in the garden, which is right there, to use for this, to use for whatever you need it for. So I love kind of ingenuity. I love coming up with different ideas and thinking outside the box and finding a different tool, in this case the pump, to get you from point A to point B. It really feels cool to do that. So I kind of work backwards. I get an idea in my head, said, well, I don't want to use the water from the spigot all the time. It's costing money. It's a waste of water. There's rainwater. I had done it before. I knew we had this roof here, so it was just a matter of putting the pieces together, and then I had the pump already and figuring out if it was going to be able to pump it out properly. So now here we are. We went from the idea to the execution, and really happy with it. So red line pump, let me show you that one more time. Model RJSE75SS. This thing's cool. Like, I didn't really put it to use much previously. I used it a little bit to, like I said, pressure rinse some totes out of the brook, but I really haven't run it much. And I think this is a good way to put it to use instead of just letting it sit there. So I think that'll do it. There's no need to have you sit here and watch this whole thing, but let me check it one more time, then I'll let you go. But again, please like and subscribe. SecondChanceComposting.com is the website. The second is written out. We're in the Berkshires, Mass, parts of southern Vermont, western Mass, really. All sorts of composting needs. And we're already at 80 gallons in a matter of what, 5 or 6 minutes. So this thing will take 15 minutes tops, whereas the other one took half hour, 40 minutes to fill it to our desired length. So actually what I'll do right now is, while I have you, is because we're uneven with the I'll show you what I do here. So basically I'm just gonna open that. That's gonna flow water from there to there, but it's closed here. So I'll open that one. This won't affect anything. This will just have water coming from this one. It'll now flow down into that one to even these out as this water gets taken out of the one. So that'll take a little while. That's something I can leave open and then come back out later in the night and check it. But that's it. We're almost at, actually, you know what? Yeah, that's pretty much it. We're almost at capacity. I'm gonna go let it go a few more minutes here, but there's no need to have me show you taking it apart and all that. I just pull this out, unplug it, pull that out, take the pipe toward the, oh gosh, I have 40-year-old father brain. Take these off, and then we're good to go. So as you saw, one of the issues is sometimes if you don't have it stuck in there correctly, it's going to go spraying off everywhere. But I love this system, very happy with it. I think it works very well for what we do, and I'm proud of what we've been able to do between Don and I. You know, me coming up with the idea, asking Don if it was doable, him doing the work of putting it together, and then me figuring out how can I get the pump to get it into the truck before we go out. So I do this the night before. We go out in the morning, tomorrow morning, but this will be ready to go for us. I'll have all this pump and everything put away, and that's that. So again, SecondChanceComposting.com. Please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. Look forward to seeing you on another video soon. Take care.